Hello and welcome to the Brother Slim. This is Cam and welcome to Lantern Year 8 of my second ever Kingdom Death campaign. Yes, good times all around. This one's been going pretty good so far and I'm worried that this might be a bad idea, but switching things up, I've mostly just fought the Frog Dog and the Antelope once, haven't fought any level 2s yet. I did take a little peek at Frog Dog level 2 and to be frank I was a little concerned and so I didn't want to do it quite yet. And I wanted to do something new. I'm enjoying the Frog Dog and while it's still fresh I've fought it about 5 or 6 times now. And so tonight we are facing off against, let's move this over here, this gribbly, horrendous octopus shark fleshy monstrosity. Yay, Sunstalker. So first, Quarry Node 3. We're obviously going to be doing it at level 1, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to go. I did end up bringing basically my top tier survivors. My thought process is, while I'll be very sad if I lose them all, I will be sad for sure. Next year up is fighting the Nemesis, which is a tyrant who kind of gives out stats and perks like candies. So ultimately, if they do go down, I'll be sad, but it's not the end of the world. I was also checking out a video by Big Deno, Trent Dennison, and I liked the way that he does the hunt phase. He basically just uses this track here and a token, so I'm going to try to do that too. It's extra simple right now because I don't have any special punt events that I would set up on the board right now, so it's really easy. I can just have the Sunstalker specific deck here and draw them on the ease there, which is very nice. As far as I don't think there is anything else to catch up on. I do have a full set of Frog armor now, which is pretty cool. Stoked about that. Need to try to remember all of its perks, and then everyone else is decked out in rawhide. So is that great? I mean, like, it could be better for sure, but we're working towards... I do want one more set of Frog Dog armor, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it, so I might just go and push for leather next. I'm not sure. We'll see. We shall see. We do need to fight the Frog Dog again. I'm probably not going to fight him level 1, though, and so it's probably going to be a level 2 Antelope is going to be the next fight, I think. As far as things to share, I was some way, somehow able to get some painting done, which I was stoked on that. Did not get the survivors done, though, so we'll just showcase them off here really quick. This will be the first one we paint up. This is our tanky lady. Did a little bit of kit bashing just to make it a little fun and distinct. So we got the long club and that iron buckler there. Super cool having a shield so early. So we'll put that one off to the side because we'll use it once it's all fully painted. And then this is the one I did up for the grapple claw, which I'm pretty stoked on too. Another little kit bash there. So we've got the grapple claw in one hand. Did the old lighter trick to get the plastic to bend the way I wanted it to. And then I can't remember the name of the item, but it's something that gives, I think you need insanity to be able to use, and it just kind of fit the hand well. So there we go. Cool, cool, cool. So I don't know much of anything about this fight. I guess we'll jump into the hunt phase and then we'll get into what I do and do not know about the fight after that. So let's do this thing with the hunt phase first. So what is the order of our survivors here? I'll showcase it just here really quick. So we have Bluey, which is our Scythe survivor. We have Dogpole 6, which is the only kind of MacGuffin person that we're bringing. Thing there is basically everyone else has way too much insanity, and I figured it'd be a good idea to have someone with no insanity for the hunt phase. They're going to be our kind of ghetto damage dealer with... Oh, what weapon do they have, actually? They do have the Crest Axe, which we will want insanity to actually be able to utilize, but they do have the Bone Sword as a fallback, just in case. Doodle is our tank for this one. It is kind of our backup tank, to be fair, so we'll see how that goes. It's not our shield specialist, but that person isn't quite leveled up yet anyways. And then lastly we have Dragon, who's our support / fist and tooth survivor. So there we are there. I did get rid of any soluble gear. That's the only thing I know about this fight, is don't bring soluble gear to it. So instead we have 2 founding stones there instead. And yeah, hopefully that'll come in handy because those are the only ranged weapons we have. I didn't realize, but the stink bombs, or acid bombs, are soluble, so I didn't want to bring those just in case. Don't know what happens with them, but didn't want to risk it. Alrighty, brew. Oh, and last but not least, I was at Gen Con, and while I was very, very tempted to buy some of the Gen Con sale stuff that was present. I did not, but I did want to get something. And so we got a second set of dice. There we are there. So red and black, very Kingdom Death, if I do say so. Not my favorite colors, but they were the event exclusive this year, and so I figured I'd pick them up. So we'll use those tonight for show. And what we can do is start with them right now. All right, so from Hunt Phase. The way I like to do this too, so I guess we'll do the light die as the first one. So that'll be 24. The way I like to do this is in order of the scribe app here. So the first person rolling on the table is Bluey, Dogpole 6, etc. Also, if anyone has any doggo, dog breed, dogs in media, or anything kind of names for Dogpole 6, I'd be happy to rename them too. Feel free to throw it in the chat or in comments after as well. Okay, so 24. Realized I'm going to actually be too close to everything here. All right, 24. Food from the mouths of others. The survivors pass a stone face that appears to be holding something in its mouth. The event revealer investigates. Gain +1 courage and roll 1d10. So +1 courage for Bluey here. We'll add that on. Ooh, we get to do Awake. So let me pull out that other book. Awake. What page is Awake on? Awake is on 17. Definitely still getting used to having the campaign in the expansion book here. Playing with a few other expansion monsters and stuff. A whole bunch of page flipping is involved, that's for sure. Okay, so this is Courage. All right, let's roll 1d10 here. Laughter fills your ears. Guess we'll roll first. Getting a 5. Laughter fills your ears, overwhelming your senses. The world is unforgiving and deadly. The only thing to do is laugh, freely and in defiance. Before you know it, your voice joins in the mirthful chorus and your spirit soars. Nothing is so terrible that it cannot be mocked, and in so doing, diminished. Alright, so gain +1 permanent strength, a random fighting art, and the reincarnated surname. Bluey! Heck yeah, we're here for it. Okay. +1 permanent strength, a random fighting art. And we get Leader. Whenever you encourage a survivor, they gain +1 speed token until the end of the round. Once per hunt phase, you may inspire another survivor. They use your understanding and courage to resolve a hunt or story. I mean, that's cool, but I would prefer that on someone else to be able to give Bluey +1 speed since he's got minus speed. But still, that is neat. And the reincarnated surname. Let's see. Can I add that in the Scribe app here? Reincarnated. There we go. Okay, still, that sounds good to me. Awesome. Okay, back to the other story that we're reading. Rolling another d10, and let's see what we got. Another 5. There's nothing, it was just a trick of the lantern light. Okay, well, as far as hunt events go, that is fine by me, so I'll scoot that up to there. And then next one up, we have a Sunstalker specific one. So this is going to be fun. I'd say first for us. Put this book down. Perfect Meadow. You reach the crest of a glistening meadow, soaked in warm light. Soft blades of grass crunch under your feet. You decide to rest. Roll on the table below. Okay, so this is the event revealer. Let's roll 1d10. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The survivors fall asleep, unaware that the warm light they were soaking in was the monsters. Begin the showdown. Monster ambushes the survivors. Okay, well, getting ambushed is not fun. Do we want to spend a lifetime reroll on this? What are the other options here? So 1 to 3, move the monster 2 spaces towards the survivors. That would start a fight 2. Yeah, I think we're just going to take that and let it be. Sorry, that was a little off camera there. But this one's not too fun. It's a whole bunch of bad stuff. The best we could do, I think, is being ambushed, because I'm pretty sure if it gets to us, it would ambush us anyways. So yeah, we'll just let that ride and get ambushed for our first time hunting a Node 3 quarry. Danger, danger. All right, so there we go. Get rid of that token. It served its purpose well. And we'll scoot this up. Pull this off here. Move that back over there. Solar flare. Alrighty, Roo. So dice. Just gonna adjust this a little bit. I've got like just a few minutes, or like a 15 second or whatever lag, so it ends up being a little delayed. I was, by some miracle, some way, somehow, actually able to paint this guy. I was planning originally on trying to make it a really good paint job, spending a lot of time doing a bunch of blues and some like yellow highlights. Instead, I went with this weird atomic sunset, which was actually a lot quicker. It's not finished, mind you, either, as you can see by the little piece of metal holding it up that isn't painted black. But yeah, here is my horrible Gribbly Sunstalker. I reposed a little bit just so it could be floating up in the air instead of being on the ground. Part of that is because I am a coward and I didn't want to show off its horrible Gribbly ovipositor pain thing that's got going on there, so it's kind of hidden from view down further that way. And then yeah, so a bit of like sunset kind of tones. It's showing up like a little too bright on my camera here, I think. But yeah, so oranges, yellows, and kind of pinks to purples is the vibe. And then I don't know why, Gerard Butler and Dune came to mind, so I decided to paint his teeth black. I think it would stand out a little bit more if the inside of his mouth was brighter, but still, pretty cool. This, I don't know if it's my least favorite Kingdom Death mini, but it might be. It's so freaking strange. So I'm kind of glad I didn't spend too much time on it, but the little kit bash work to repost tentacles was fun. Is it amazing? Heck no, but it was a good time doing it. Hadn't done kit bash in quite some time. So we'll put that right there. Guess we'll turn him that way, maybe. We'll maybe actually lift this up a little bit more too, because he is a big feller, especially since he's raised off the ground. Okay, so we got him there. Our survivors are going to go anywhere on the far side over here. 3 and 4. I don't know if they should all be adjacent, if they shouldn't be adjacent. We know that there's a sundial in effect, so we'll read all about that soon here too. And let's see, where do we want to be? It's ambushing us, so it is going to go twice. I kind of think with that in mind, we don't want to be all bunched up. So let's go with Bluey down here. Then we'll go with our kind of plebeian fellow there. And then up here is our tank, Doodle. And then last but not least, we have our support person, which would be up over there, just out of line of sight. Okay, you know what? I think we'll go with them there actually too. Alrighty, well, that was an extremely short hunt phase, which was kind of nice, but I was excited to check out some more hunt events by this guy. So we'll have to get those next time. There is Finosh Shich, the Gribbly art of hopefully what isn't going to happen to us in a moment here. And we have a quick little intro story here too. So there's a great castle in the sky shaped like a sword. At the top stands the storm. Tired of its ineffective challengers, the storm sought to give them an advantage. The storm dragged the oldest sun into the sky and chained it to the top of its castle to give its challengers light. Now, when a challenger is defeated and rain strikes the stone-faced floor, the sun cries out for help, igniting the sky with desperate flashes of light. Well, I have no idea what any of that means, but that is really, really neat. Actually, I know that they have a Storm Knight miniature, and I think there's some lore about him having a castle or like a sword thing that he hangs out in, so that might be tied into that. Okay, so we've got the board all set up already with the terrain. We've got some new ones here with some salt, so let's read that really quick here. Salt sculptures. Obstacle, impassable, destructible. If you are in darkness, you crack the surface and harvest a handful of salt, carefully storing it. Light penetrates the sculpture from the inside, and in one brilliant moment, it is gone. Gain a salt strange resource and archive the terrain. Okay, stone columns. I think they're destructible. When a survivor kinds with this, stop their movement and archive the terrain. They suffer 1 damage. Cool. When the monster passes over it, archive it too. Okay. Cool, cool. So those are the terrains. We also have this wild solar flare board. Solar flare. Perform the following steps. All survivors in the light suffer monster level +2 damage and are knocked down. Archive all their flammable gear. Ooh, flammable. I didn't look for that. Place cards on the solar track face up in the discard pile. Place all mood cards in play face up in the discard pile. Rotate the sundial 90 degrees clockwise, so that's that. Okay, so I think that makes sense, but let's read the rest of these first. 1 sec here. Okay, so sundial, let's go with that one next. Standing survivors in obstacle terrain tiles cast a shadow in the direction indicated above. Shadows are 1 space long. The Sunstalker shades and knockdown survivors cast no shadows. Okay, don't know the significance of shadows yet, but we'll put that there. And so shadows are on, let me just read that really quick. Cast shadow in the direction indicated above. Okay, so in this example, we can say that these 2 squares of the salt, or just to the right of that salt statue, cast a shadow, and same with any other piece of terrain. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. Solar energy. After the monster performs AI, place it face down on the solar track instead of in the discard pile. A little sun symbol equals the number of face down cards on the solar track. Okay, well, we'll see what that means. I've turned my camera, it's just an old phone. I've turned it the opposite way, and I'm not used to where the actual camera is in relation to where it was previously, so if I have things out of line of sight, that's why, and I might change it back because it's tripping me out. Alrighty, Shadows of Darkness. Place 1 shade in the shadow of each terrain tile. If the shadow of a terrain tile is fully occupied, do not place a shade. Okay, that's good to know. And shades are minions. Haven't actually done a fight with minions before. So no minis for these minions, but still cool. So they've got 1 life. They move 4, and their toughness is monster level +7, so 8 in this case. Minion action, target the closest threats, move and attack targets, 2 speed, 6+ accuracy, monster level damage, and bleed 1. If you kill them, 1 survival is a reward. So that's kind of cool, actually. Okay. Light and shadow. A survivor in the space where shadows cast is in darkness. A survivor in the darkness cannot be in the light. A survivor anywhere else is in light unless specifically states otherwise. Okay. Well, we'll see what that means. We got the sundial up here. Okay, so Solar Flare. All survivors in the light suffer monster level +2 damage, which is pretty significant. So basically, the Solar Flare is something that we're going to want to watch out for, and we need terrain to watch out for it. And then, interesting give and take is if we keep the terrain on the board, if we can't get rid of it for any reasons, more shade spawn. Huh, this sounds fun and also challenging. I am excited, and I am a little nervous about it ambushing us. Really quick, just gonna take a quick little looky-loo at what we got here. So 4 armor across the board here for Bluey. 2 dragon traits, Perpetuates is Insanity, Leader, which we just got, Iridescent Hides, so that's +1 armor, and we got the Scythe specialization and a Broken Rib. Dogpole is just a newbie who does have Rawhide armor. In which case, that should be an evasion, and then also some survival and stuff, which I think we might already be maxed out there. That's good. Okay, and I got the evasion, and then just going to reset that. Good stuff. Glad I checked that. Doodle, Berserker, Red Fist. Ooh, each survivor gains +1 strength token. I forgot about that. Let's just put those on the board. Go with 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so hopefully I'll remember just to give everyone +1s. Hi, NS, how's it going? Welcome to my first Sunstalker stream. Okay, so that's all good. And then is there anyone else we want to take a quick look at? Dragon, you should have more armor than that too, I believe. No, you don't. That's a shame. 1, 2, okay, that's it. So Dragon is not optimal, shall we say, but that's alrighty. Oh, what's on the phone? It is the KDM Scribe app by a lovely person named Taboobat. It is so freaking handy. He's got this for Aeon Trespass Odyssey as well. He updates it frequently. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the new expansions, which are just recently released, will probably be available within the next week or two on the app. And yeah, like, especially for playing solo, it's so handy and tracks everything wonderfully. It's a blast. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. Just recovering from being sick from a lovely trip to Gen Con, and feels good to get back into a little bit of gaming and feeling better too. Okay, so I think we're just gonna jump right into this thing and accept the fact that we're gonna be ambushed and it's not gonna be a good time. Let's see what his first card is. It is a advanced card, and they only have 2 of those in the deck, so fun stuff. Oh, this is a trait. Okay, well, we have a new trait in play. And we have +1 sun symbol, the number of face-down cards currently on the solar track. Oh man, that doesn't sound good at all. So I think that means that solar flare is going to happen more often, basically. So instead of it being at 1, 2, 3, I think it's just always already at 1. That's my read on that, at least, which I do not like. But we're playing it. It's happening. Okay, so Shimmering Atmosphere is a new trait in play. Okay, so the AI that we get instead is going to be Tentacle Whip. Pick target for the survivor in darkness. We have no one in darkness. Closest survivor. Okay, move and attack. That we can do. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this trait. Never mind. I think I was misdoing that. I do believe. So what it means is we got this symbol here, meaning the number of face-down cards currently on the track, and oh no, it does literally say that, hey? The number of face-down cards currently on the track. So I think that is just always there, and it's always at 1. I feel like that is the right read of that. Yeah, I feel like it is. Knockback 12. Holy moly. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this goes. This is the basic card. All right, so it is a melee attack. Speed 3, closest is going to be just the tank directly in front. It's got a move of 12, so it is fine. Just for curiosity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it can get there for sure. There we go. We'll scoot this over because we got everybody right on this far side right now. And yeah, so let's see. How bad is this going to be on Doodle? Luckily, Doodle does have just a 1 evasion. I could dash. Let's see. Would that get me out of the way? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to dash cancel, going down to 4, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reason for doing that is just so that I get to avoid this card. And ultimately, it's just a basic card, but I don't really want it to get me. Oh man, I think this is bad. Okay, so we don't need to worry about attacking. It's been dash canceled, which is nice. It goes here. But now it's gonna draw now it's getting its actual turn, and I think oh my goodness, it's a legendary card, and then it's also going to cause Solar Flare, I believe. I'm just gonna really quickly read Solar Flare here. Shade, Light and Shadow. Perform the following steps. Let's see. Solar Energy. I think that's what I'm supposed to be reading here. Solar Energy. After the monster performs AI, place it face down on the solar track instead of in the discard pile. Yes. Okay, so it's going to do its legendary card here. So advanced right into legendary and then right into Solar Flare. This might not go well. All survivors in the light suffer bash, +1 damage, and gain Black Blood survivor status card. Then they each gain 1 bleeding token. Okay, ouchie kibbles. Bash, if I remember correctly, Bash is knocked down. Just gonna double check that. KDM glossary. Should have had this pulled up ahead of time, but all good. Start over, man. No, it's nothing. Not gonna lie, that's really tempting because I think this is gonna go horribly wrong. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is super rough. Okay, Bash. Yep, all survivors. Oh my god! Because it's gonna bash. It's just gonna get a turn because we're not gonna be able to. We can't encourage while we're knocked down. All right, and Black Blood, meaning everyone now is bleeding and also can't get rid of those tokens. Oh. You know what? For the sake of fun, I sincerely think, Anis, I might take your advice and just straight re-rack this fight, but also not be a total MacGuffin about it, and at least do 2 lifetime rerolls, methinks. Just to make it a little bit more fair, because I think this is probably the worst possible turn. The worst possible start that I could have had to this thing, and it's just not really fun. So I think I will do that re-rack, but I think I am going to come on out. What's going on here? Not you. Okay, it's just going a little slow. I think I'm going to re-rack to the hunt phase and just where I was before. And what I'll do, this isn't technically fair, but I want to do this to have fun, is I'll do 2 lifetime rerolls just so that something has been spent. Where was that other one? So we have Duel here. What? That is very strange. Okay, there we go. The symbol was missing because this person's name is so long. There we go. Okay, so back, not quite to the top, but mostly to the top. Let's redo this thing. I'm gonna reshuffle this deck. No one knows. Well, I don't think I would have done this if you didn't say it, and we'll keep it our little secret then. I appreciate the input. Okay, so that's reshuffled. I will go back into the hunt phase again too really quick. I think I'll start off where I left off before, and then just reshuffle this. There we go. I'll put this here just so it's kind of in view, and then we'll just grab that token once more. We're here, and We're back. Okay, so redoing mostly from the top. I figured we won't redo the very first hunt events, just because we already got the awake thing from it. So we'll leave that as is. And here we go, from almost the top. Salted Dream. The event revealer happens upon an entity busily sculpting with white ash. It pauses, opening its maw to flash its work with light. Suddenly realizing they are dreaming, the event revealer may wake up or continue the dream. Okay, so -1 accuracy token and +5 survival. Don't love that. 1 to 5 or 6 up. Let's continue the dream. Let's roll for it. Our luck has been crap so far, and let's see. And so this is going to be dog pole 6. So we're looking for a 6 up. We get it with a 7. Heck yeah. So that is +1 courage for dog pole 6. There we go. Okay, so then we'll scoot forward to there. Salted Dream is done. And then next one up, here we go, back to blue. You notice your clothes have changed colors. This clearly must be a sign that you are near the entity you seek. However, not everyone agrees that the colors have indeed changed. Roll on the table. It's interesting that in this expansion, it's referred to as an entity rather than a monster, because from my understanding, entities in this world are not necessarily always deific, but seems to be often deific. And I feel like the other ones are usually called monsters, so interesting, very interesting. Okay, so the event revealer rolls, and this is going to be Doodle, Brainless Fool of the Antelope, making a roll. Getting a 7. Nice, this is the best result that we could get. If there's a survivor in the group with 4 or more with 4 or blue affinities, I'm assuming that's a type of a 4 or more, they lead everyone the right way. Skip the next hunt step. If the survivor moves in the monster space, they ambush the monster. 4 or more blue affinities. Okay, well, we don't get any benefit of that, but we also don't get any negative of that. Oh, sorry, I might have been mispronouncing it too. Deific basically means like godly in power, or like worshipped by plebeian normal people. Okay, so, well, that was a much smoother hunt phase, shall we say. And so we'll re-rack the actual fight here too. Put you back over yonder. There we go. So we got that in play. We got that there. We've got these. Just going to shuffle up. That's one more time for good measure. Okay, and here we are, take 2. Shadows of Darkness trait, place 1 shade in the shadow. Okay, so I'm assuming Shadows of Darkness is only procced when we're told to, not like at the end of its turn or anything. Solar Energy, I think we got a decent handle on that. And the Light and Shadow, I think I understand that too. So a lot of moving pieces in this, but it does make sense. So we don't ambush the monster, but it isn't ambushing us, which is nice. So it's first turn here. And we'll scoop this up a little bit here. There we go. Oh, fun. A Verdant Bubble. When this comes into play, perform basic action. When Solar Flare discards this card, the bubble bursts, spilling a colored haze into the air. The monster absorbs color from the haze and gains +1 speed token. Okay, fun. When Solar Flare discards this card. Interesting. So place all mood cards in play face up in the discard pile. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like a fun tweak of moods where the moods come into play and can come back into play. So it could hypothetically continue to gain a whole bunch of speed. Wild. Let's get a speed token out though. Nope, that's not the right token. Okay, +1 speed. Don't love that, but hey, that is an okay first turn, which brings it to our turn, and I think we would have done a bit of a different rack. And let's see. So basic action: furthest threat in darkness, closest survivor. So that would have been like that. And that would have been, so able to go, let's see, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to get to us. Knockback 12. Knockback 12 is pretty freaking wild. I think we're going to kind of try to zerg this guy down. So I think we're going to basically do the exact same thing that we just did. So we'll dash cancel going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there so that it can't actually get us. We'll scoot this camera back a little bit that way. So we're right on the very corner of the map, and we avoid its basic action. And the basic action, it cannot go into the solar track. So we got that going for us for the moment. Okay, so that's going to bring it to our turn. How do we want to play this? I think for starters, let's see what space. Okay, so they're there. We're going to have our support person go, which I believe is Dragon. Yes, indeed, it is Dragon. That'd be 1 insanity. Dog pull 6. How much insanity are you at? Okay, so that would get them insane. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Doodle is going to move for starters. Oh, sorry, not Doodle. Dragon. And then also use the Screaming Horns to give everyone else 1 insanity. There we go. Up to 19 for Bluey, and Doodle goes up to 3 there too. And 13 there. Okay. And as far as wanting to move, we can go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. I don't think it's worth surging right now, but we're just going to stay there. When you put the focus on the card, try to cover the monitor at the card and then withdraw it because, oh, thanks. I will try to do that for sure. Again, usually, you know what? Hang on one sec. I'm going to just change the camera to the way I usually have it because that way I'm used to messing around with the focus. One check here. Okay, basically it's just like what side of the phone the camera's actually on. Except now this guy's so freaking tall, he's entirely out of the shot. There we go, we'll try that. Okay, so it's our turn. We've moved. I don't think we're going to surge and attack. I think if we're in the blind spot we would, but not worth it right now. So in that case, let's see. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We wouldn't be able to get in the blind spot. They do have a long pokey stick though, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Just to right there. And Doodle does have that +1 strength also, so it's going to be 2 dice hitting on 5s. To-dos, that is rough. No diggity there. That's a shame. Next up is going to be Dog Pull 6. They're going to go up here, going 1, 2, 3, 4. And Dog Pull 6 is able to use the Crest Axe because of the extra sanity, which is nice. So it's going to be 3 dice hitting on 6s, but with 5 strength. Okay, rough turn here to start for sure. So that is 3 misses. Then last but not least, we have Bluey up here. So Bluey only gets the 1 dice, which is pretty rough. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And so 1 dice hitting on 7. 4. Oh my god. Okay, so that is a full suite of misses. Ouchie, ouchie kibbles. All right, over to its turn. And we have an advanced one. Okay, it's also a treat. It is not a treat, a trait. When this comes into play, perform Shadows of Darkness. At the end of the survivor's turn, any survivors in the light suffer the sun plus monster level damage. When there are no shades on the showdown board, discard this card. Yeah, alas, no hits. Okay, I don't know if I'm ready for this fight, actually. I think this might have been a mistake. All right. Shadow of Darkness. I'm just going to lift this guy up. Shadows of Darkness. Place 1 shade in the shadow of each terrain tile. That is easy to do. Let's see. Oh, no worry. Take your time. I'm still going to be messing around here for sure. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to allow myself 1 little retcon and put him there because he has enough reach to be able to hit still. So that would reduce the shades by 1. So we'll put a shade there. Put a shade there. Oopsies. 1 up there. And then I do need some more minis. Let's see. I don't even know if I have enough of this, right? 1 there. There. There and there. And 2 up here. So literally, I grabbed 10 miniatures, assuming that that would be enough. And it was enough just for this one time. So, yeah, I don't know about this. I think this is a really bad idea. Okay, so at the end of the survivor's turn, any survivors in the light suffer. So I need to get this card gone because otherwise it's just going to nuke me down over a couple of turns here, because that's going to be damage equal to the solar flare trait plus the monster level. So minimum 1 damage, maximum 3 damage. Okay. Well, it's now our turn. And we're going to have a better turn than what we just did. So, minions. When do the minions go? Let's see. I'm just going to look up the minion rule really quick here in the book. Welcome back, welcome back. Not much has changed. We got a whole bunch of minions on the board now. And just looking to see when minions act. At the end of each monster turn, after it's performed all its actions. Okay, so no, we don't get any grace here. They get to go before we do. So on the bright side, that means they're moving, which means they're going to be closer. Let's just pick this up from underneath them. Shade, minion. So they got 1 life, move 4. So we'll go with the ones that are furthest away first. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those are all the ones that are furthest away. And then as far as, what is this? Closest threat, move and attack targets. All right, so that one is sorted there. These ones are going to go like that and like that. There we are. Okay, so shades. We're going to have 3 attacks total. They do have 2 speed. We'll do the attack down here on our tanky guy first. So this is going to be hitting on 7s. Nice. That is nothing. We like that. And then we're going to have 4 attacks up here on our support person, which does not spark joy. And I don't know if Dragon has any... Oh, nice. So it's going to be hitting on 8s. 1 hit. Do we care about 1 damage and 1 bleed? I think we shall take it. All right, to the body. And then we do get a bleed from that too. So we go up to 1 bleed. There we go. Okay, well, I mean, that could have been way worse. That's for sure. And now it's our turn. For attacking the minion, we're going to do Fist and Teeth here. And I think splitting them would be the wrong call, so let's not do that. So Dragon, Fist and Teeth is going to attack the minion behind. So we got 2 dice. Hitting on, I don't think you have any accuracy. No, you don't. Let's see. 3 dice, actually. Hitting on 8s. Not a single hit, alas. Okay, not a single hit. That stinks. Well, do you want to move with them? Not particularly right now. I guess we could start trying to make our way into the blind spot, but I'm actually kind of tempted to get in the shade, maybe. Let's see, is that be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, let's just stay where they are. Okay, let's go with this person. They're going to scoot up there. And they're attacking with the axe. And you know what? They are going to split attacks. We'll do 2 dice into the shade. So I think this is hitting on 6. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. My dice rolls have been absolutely horrendous. Just gonna make sure. I don't think those will miss. Yeah, so these would be 5 ups. And I did get 1 5 because I am in the blind spot there. So we'll take that. We get 1 hit. We have 5 strength. Actually 6 strength total. And so we just need, I think, 2 ups here. Nice. So we destroy a shade. I advise you buy a new arm. Hey, usually the arm's been pretty good, but just not tonight, that's for sure. But we'll see. Maybe this is the beginning of our turning point. And then 3rd dice, we'll be attacking a Sunstalker here. So hitting on a 6 up. No, we don't. Alas. Okay. That is that. Let's do our tanky boy down here. We're going to do a split attack once again. So we'll have 1 dice going into the slimy shade, which will be hitting on a 5 up. Nice. Then as far as the strength here, it's 6, so we just need a 2 up. We get it. So we got 2 shades down, that's something. And then a 5 up on the Sunstalker there. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not really going to do anything. Well, let's see if we can hit. So on a 7 up, I am going to switch out these dice. I have another set of dice. These are the new ones I bought. And there's a thing in all kinds of tabletop gaming where you buy new dice and they treat you horribly the first time you use them. So I'm going to switch out these dice. It feels like the appropriate action. New Gen Con dice are in the bin, and we have normal dice from here on out. Unfortunately, that is going to go back to its turn, and hopefully switching out the dice will be a fresh start. Ouch. Okay, at the end of the survivor's turn, any survivors in the light. Okay, so maybe that actually does lend credence to moving. You know what? So quick little retcon in that case. She's going to go up there because she didn't move, and then they're going to go there because they didn't move either. And then he is, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he is going to take it, but he's the only person. Maybe the reasons you came back from the beginning. yeah, karma for sure. I do find in this game too, like if I ever give myself a freebie in any sort of way, at any games really, usually dice gods say it was a bad call. So maybe I might just be taking the long way to lose in this fight anyways. And that's okay. Disappointing, but okay if it does turn out that way. Alrighty, Roo. So back to its turn. Before its turn, we are going to take damage though, which is just going to be 1, so that's not too bad. 1 damage to the hands on Bluey. Going down to 3 there. All right, its turn. Here we go. Tentacle Whip. I'm going to focus. There we go. All right, so we had this one before too. So Furthest Survivor in Darkness. All right, we do have a Furthest Survivor in Darkness, so that'll be the target. That is our support person. Fun times there. And so that's going to cause bash. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then this gets broken, and this gets moved to there. So we'll put him right there. Kind of wish this fight wasn't right in the corner, because this mini is so big and tall that like it's basically just not being shown. I wonder if I can angle this a little bit better here, maybe. I mean, like, kind of. Marginally better. We'll go with that. It's a little janky, but that's okay. I'm going to straighten it out like a little bit. Okay, so Tentacle Whip. 3 speed, 4 plus accuracy, 1 plus the sun. We don't have any cards in play on the Solar Flare track yet, so there's that at least. Okay, well, let's do this. So we get 3 dice. Hitting on 5s. 3 full hits, because of course. Okay, 2 to the body and 1 to the hand, and this would only be 1 damage, which is something. Let's go ahead and do we want to dodge the body? Yeah, let's dodge 1 of the bodies, going down to 4 survival. There we go. Okay, then bleed 1. There we go. Bash and knock back 12. So we're knocked down and knock back 12. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All the way to there. Holy moly. And that is its turn. So we'll put that on the Solar Flare track. Then the shadows go. So this one's going to go 1, 2. Actually, where do they move? Target the closest threat. So we have 2 people that aren't threats anymore. Meaning we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Then this one up here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up way over there. Once again in the corner. Oh, freaking right! Definitely take some notes from things not to do from me, and also my very, very amateur setup. I should be getting new computers sometime in the future, and I'm looking forward to trying to have things like a little bit more set up properly and actually have the Scribe app set up like on the computer screen so it's visible for folks watching all the time. But I need a new computer before I can do that, so we shall see. I'd say biggest thing for streaming it in the future is have fun. This game could be very unforgiving sometimes, and so I think that mulligan at the beginning of this fight was probably the biggest mulligan I've ever done, but you gotta have fun. That's what we're here to do anyways, right? So that'll be most important in my opinion at least. Okay, so they've all gone, meaning it's finally back to us. Well, I think let's go with this guy, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 into the blind spot here. And we only got the 1 dice hitting on, I believe it's a 6. A 3 is not going to cut it. We're going to surge because we're in the blind spot. And on a 6 up, we can keep that. Yes, we do. That is nice. And let's try that again. 7 up. No, we still haven't hit this guy once. We've had 2 full turns. This is now our 3rd turn, and we haven't hit him once. That is, like, I think a new record, which is wild. Okay, so we still got a whole bunch of minions. I want to deal with them, but at the same time, I also just really want to get some cards down on this guy. So, oh, also encourage. Let's see if we get that back on a 6-up. We do not. So we're down to 4 survival, but that is going to get up our support person. Let's go with them next. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. They're going to make 3 attacks, hitting on 7s. Oh, that was too many dice, but we hit a whole bunch anyways. And so we are going to do that. All right, so let's see. So we're adding, I think, 4 to this. Yep. So that guy is done. Okay, so that is move. That is attack done for them. That's him done too. Do I want to get the slime guy? I don't really think so, but let's go with Dragon, spend another survival, going down to 3. And get this person up. They're gonna come down here. And they've got, let's see, I believe it should just be 3 attacks, but let's double check just to be sure. 3. Well, we're gonna split attacks. We're gonna do 2 on the big guy, 1 on the little guy. So we'll do the white die as the little guy. That is a no and a no, I believe. Or is that exactly what we needed? No, it's a 6. But we do get our first hit on the boss. Let's see. Vermilion Bubble. Another mood. Oh, what am I doing? That is the wrong thing to draw. I am supposed to be drawing this. Yeah. Oh, man. First strike, Sun Shark Snout. Okay, so failure does not spark joy. We're going to be adding 6 to this roll, though, so we need a 4-up. That was almost a 1, but it bounced in our favor. I don't think we have any luck. Let's double check. No luck, but we do wound. Huzzah. So we get our first wound down. Oh, I appreciate that. This has been a bit of a rough start and not my smoothest stream in the grand scheme of things at all. But I appreciate that. That means a lot. Okay, so our first wound is down. Unbelievable. We got 1 wound. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see. So we are, I think we're going to go and attack here, especially being in the blind spot. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we don't need to go all the way though. We'll go just there. We do have that 2 reach, and we have with the pole here, it should be 2 dice hitting on. You know what? Let's do it because then we get in the blind spot. So hitting on 4s. That's a 9 and a 1. So we do get 1 hit, and we connect with the trap, but of course. People that saw the stream, we'll put you on top 3. Oh, hey, that really means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so Vomit Kaleidoscope. All survivors are doomed. A tentacle grabs the attacker, place them in a free spot in front of the monster. It power vomits. Hot streaky kaleidoscope. A hot streaky kaleidoscope of brilliant colors. Okay, so we'll put them in an unoccupied space in front. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Archive destructible terrain in the vomit zone. Survivors in the vomit zone suffer monster level plus 2 damage plus sun to the sun plus 1 hit locations, and gain the black blood survivor status card. Of course, it's a trap. Yeah, this might be like, this is up there in the first campaign that I played. The frickin' Kingsman just had my number. Part of it luck, part of it's just the dice rolls and his abilities to begin anyways. But level 1 got me, level 2 got me, level 3 I finally managed to win, but it was freaking rough. It was not fun. This is like it so bad it's almost still fun. But okay, let's see here. So so it's gonna be 3 damage to 2 hit locations. Ouch. And this is gonna get 2 people. Let's do the person that was hit by the trap first. It's going to be the waist and body, or the waist and hands of Doodle. 3 damage. Brings the armor down to 0. All right. And then for Dragon. Dragon does not have much armor either, so that is body and hands. Okay, so hands Her arms are severely injured, and body is going to be a happy fun table of doom roll. So we'll knock them down. That doesn't bode well. Okay, for the body. 7. That was also, again, almost a 1. Ruptured spleen. A vicious blow. Skip the next hunt to gain 2 bleeding tokens. Oh, crap. They are very bleeding now. They need to heal. Oops, that is the wrong person, actually. Whoopsies. There we go. Put that back. Put that back. That was actually dog pull, which is much better. So that is body going down to 0. And waist, body and hands going down to 0. Not knocked down, though. So there is that. That could have been worse, but still, that was a pretty freaking rough trap. Okay, and then they both gain black blood. So looking at black blood here, I don't like the look of this one. Your blood has changed color. While you have this, place your bleeding tokens on this card. They cannot be removed. When you die, place a shade in the space you occupied. If you have more than 5 bleeding tokens and you don't die, conquer your shadow is a story to read. Okay, so Dogpole has black blood. And then so does Doodle here. For these things, I like to just put a little note on the bottom instead of keeping track of everything on the card. So we'll do that. Black blood. There we go. There's an echo coming from the... I think my wife put laundry on downstairs, so unfortunately that's just going to be there. Or she's watering the garden, one of the two, in which case it shouldn't be too long. Good to know, though, because I don't think that's actually been on the stream before, so I'm curious if anything has changed. Okay, well, that is the trap done. Oh, hang on one sec. Place all cards on the solar track into the discard pile and rotate the sundial 90 degrees. Clockwise, there we go. Discard pile. And then we shuffle these hit locations. Okay, so maybe we won't see that trap again. Just maybe. I should probably be hit location scouting and such. I've just been kind of tripped out with all the minions. Yeah, I appreciate you you checking in on that too, because technical issues absolutely do happen. Okay, so I was going to surge from the blind spot. I think I'm still going to anyways, because we're still hitting on 5 up. So let's go ahead and do that with Doodle going down to 3 survival. We'll have 2 dice hitting on 5s. We get 2 hits. That is a first, and I am happy with that. Let's see what we connect with. Sunshark, Molar, and Ink Heart. So basic reflex, attacking the attacker, and then also attacker sprayed with projectile ink, and suffers monster level plus 2 damage and knockback 12. Okay, well, I think we're gonna get knockback anyways, basically, unless we crit, and we wouldn't be able to wound the super dense one anyways, so we're going to go with this. How much strength do we have right now? We have 6 strength, so we're looking for a 4 up. Awesome. We don't crits, but we do wound, so that is another card done. This is our 3rd turn, and this is only the 2nd wound that we've done. Okay, reflex. Attacker sprayed in projectile ink suffers monster level damage plus 2, so it'll be 3 damage. I guess I should be blocking with this person. That would be the smart thing to be doing here. I'll probably start doing that from here on out. Alright, so that is 3 damage to the waist of Doodle. Ouch, that's going to be a happy fun table of doom roll for the waist. 8. 8 can't be too bad, right? Slashed back, making sudden movement excruciatingly painful. You cannot surge until the showdown ends. Gain 1 bleeding token. So that is a bleeding token that they cannot get rid of. Okay. And then they are knocked back 12. If the space they were in is now unoccupied. What? If the space they were in is now unoccupied, place a shade in it. Well, I mean, like, how could it not be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's no flow or anything, so I can't... Okay, that's just weird wording to basically say, like, pretty much no matter what, you gotta put a shade there. We'll do that there. There we go. The book in the app, not the... I've got a PDF that someone put together for the injury table, just to make it nice and easy. Not the whole book, though. Just a PDF of the injury tables. I use the book, the actual physical book, for everything else. Well, I mean, like, I feel like I need to deal with these shades, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to be able to clear them all off the board. Okay, so also end of the turn. End of the turn, some bad stuff happens. That bad stuff being suffer light plus monster level damage. So that'll just be 1 damage to them, which is going to be on the body. So down to 2 there. I kind of feel like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only need to do 7 wounds. And I kind of think I might just try to Zerg it down instead of trying to play long and deal with the minions here. I think that might be a mistake on my part, because I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of under-kitted for this, and I feel like my only chance is to try to nuke it rather than actually like play to all of the mechanics and such. You get the 1.5 but no 1.6 online. Oh, that's actually a good point. The one I downloaded is, and I don't know how old the PDF I downloaded is, so it could also be outdated too. I did not think of that, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, well, let's see, who do we want to go with next? Let's go with the person in the blind spot here. So they are going to attack. They only get the 1 die. They're going to be hitting on 7s. They do. That is nice. And they connect with Brilliant Mouth. If attacking from the light, suffer -5 strength when attempting to wound this location. Oh, this is the death blow. We are not attacking from the light. That is nice. So, for this person, Bluey, we are going to be... Oh, that actually would be hitting on 6s, so I was misplaying that. Oops. So 6 will be wounding on 4s, critting on 8s. Oh my god! Alright, well, we're going to Surge, and we see if we get it back on a 6+. We do, that's nice. And hitting on a 6. No, wasted Surge, but that is the way it is. Alright, next up, we're going to go with... They've already gone, they've already moved. Let's go with this person up in the corner with their axe. It's going to be 3 attacks. Oh, and that's also going to be 1 damage to Bluey 2. To the hands, going down to 2. Alright, so up in the top here. Do we want to move it all? Maybe we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to there. 3 dice hitting on 5s. Alright, that's only 1 hit. Oh, we're rough. Cosmic Spinnacle. I'm gonna get in focus there, please. You sense something and may end your attack before attempting to wound. The monster turns to face you, its gaze locking with yours. Within it, you see tiny swirls amidst endless darkness. You cannot comprehend and suffer frenzy. You know what? I don't really care if we get frenzied. That is fine by me. Let's do it. That's only if we wound. I feel like we would wound. You know what? Let's just cancel, and then let's Surge. See if we get that back. We do not. So we're down to 4 survival, but then we're going to attack again. So 3 dice hitting on 6s. Oh baby, that is 3 full hits. How many cards is the monster's health? We need to do 7 wounds total, and I believe that includes a basic action. 1, 2, 3. What is this? Light bending. First strike. If you're in the light, suffer damage to monster level hit locations and move the monster 1 space away from the attacker. Cancel all hits not out of range. Boiling Mirage Tentacle. First strike, impervious. Okay, they're both first strike, so let's do this one. If you attack an image projected onto a sheet of water, archive any soluble gear in your gear grid. Okay, so that's probably the soluble thing. If you were in the light, the water flash boil, suffer damage, and move 2 spaces away. Never mind, we are going to do this one, because it's slightly less damage. So first strike. I guess we can still wound, so let's see if we do. Needing a 4-up. Oh my goodness, we get a crit. So we don't actually do a crit, but we do a wound. Huzzah! I mean, would have liked to be able to get a couple of hits in there, but hey, we do a wound and we get a crit. Well, we get a line from 10, although it's not actually a crit. So we suffer 0 damage because we don't have any of those on the board. That's nice. Move it 1 space away from the tiger, so we get knocked back 1, 2, 3. Oh, that gets broken, and we suffer 1 damage to the body. Knocked down. Okay, and then no damage. That is something. So there we go. Okay, that is going to be the end of their turn, so they're going to take 1 damage also, just for existing to the body. It's a light wound to the body. And then it's going to be its turn. So let's see what we get. Cosmic Roar. Intimidate all survivors. Focus for me, please. All survivors with less than 6 courage instinctively retreat. Gain monster level insanity and suffer knockback 12 directly towards the survivor's starting board edge. If this causes them to collide with the monster, they are knocked down, with a monster, meaning the minions too. Alright, so no one has 6+ courage. So we'll just do this from the top. So Bluey is already knocked down, so they gain 1 insanity. They can't move because they're knocked down. But knock... So it doesn't say move, it says knockback. So it means that it's just going to go 1, 2, right to the board edge. There we go. And then Dogpole 6 up to 4 insanity. Knockback is going to be 1, 2, get knocked down. Because of that collision. And then, let's see, next up is Doodle, up to 4 insanity. Doodle's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to there. And then lastly, we have Dragon going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and being knocked down there. Okay. That is going to leave us with the Gooby Shades going next. So let's see. That one can go 1, 2 up to there. These ones are not considered threats, so that one will go up there also. Then this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is all of them. Attacks though. So we have 4 attacks coming in on Doodle here, which is going to be hitting on 7s. 2 hits, and I think that they are, what are they? Let's see, Shade. Okay, so 7s, and they are going to be monster level damage. So let's see. Damage to the head. And boots. So Noggin goes down to 2. Boots go down to 2. And then do gain a bleeding token. So they are now Black Blood 2. So we can't get rid of those bleeding tokens, which is pretty rough. On the bright side, it's back to our turn, and we do have someone standing up, so they are going to encourage for sure. This being Doodle, going down to 2 survival. And we shall get... Who do we want to get up? I think we'll get our support person up. Just going to make sure that's in the right spot. There we go. So support person is now up 2. And first things first, Doodle is going to just scoot the one forward so that they're in range. Let's see, once again, it's a horrible, horrible view, but is what it is. We'll turn the camera up just a little bit so we can see a little bit more what's going on. Oh, I think it actually might be slowly shifting down. Alrighty, and then we have 2 attacks hitting on 5s. Beautiful. We got 2 hits, so that sounds good to me. Alright, so we get light bending again, which we do need to play. If you're in the light, which we are, suffer okay, and 1 space from the attacker. You know what? I'm just going to retcon 1 thing because I should have accounted for this as being a thing. I'm just moving forward 1. Okay, first strike. So we wound on a 4. Heck yes, we do. There we go. All right. However, the rest of this card does come into play. So we are going to take 1 damage. Actually, no damage because there's none of those things in play. So nice. We don't need to worry about that. That is freaking sweet. It is going to scoot back 1 square though. Okay, so we have a reflex here also. Once again, we just need a 4 up to wound. Beautiful, we get a 6. Fantastic. So we got another wound down. That's what's up. Reflex. Turn the monster to face the attacker. If you were in darkness, rotate the sundial. We are not in darkness. We're in the light right now, so we don't need to rotate that. And then that is done. All right, so our support person is going to stand up. Dragon, spending survival going down to 2. They're going to stand up Bluey, who's down just out of sight. And support person is going to come down to 1, 2, and make attack with fist and teeth. So we have 3 dice hitting on 8s, which is pretty rough, but we shall see. Oh baby, we get a 9. We get a 9, and we connect with Brilliant Sun Shark Crest. If attacking from the light, suffer -5 strength when attempting to wound this location. We are indeed in the light, so that is rough. As far as the strength on this, let me just double check the strengths. We have 2, 3. So basically, we can only wound if we get a crit, which we crit on a 9. Let's see. Finally doing some damage. Yes, finally doing some damage. So we're looking for a 9 up. Oh, no before. Failure. The monster shrieks, causing colors to flicker. All survivors in the light suffer monster level +1 brain damage. So in the light is everybody. Okay, so monster level brain damage is fine though. Everyone is quite insane. Oops, there we go. I do actually have 2 founding stones, and I might use them this fight just to try to get some sturf on the board. Okay, so after their turn, technically, you know what, I'm going to surge with them. Is it worth it to hit on 8s? Probably not, actually. They're not going to surge. They will take 1 damage. Let's see where they get it. To the body, that's fine. There we go. All right, Fist and Tooth Buddy is going to go in the blind spot, so right in the back there. All right, so they only have 1 dice, but they hit on a 6. Oh, beautiful. We got a 9 up. That is good news to me. Light bending again. I am kind of getting sick of these, but that is okay. So we crit on an 8, we wound, well, again there's no crit, but we wound on a 4, I believe. 3. Let me double check the math here. Just to be absolutely sure. So strength 2. 6, what is that going to be? So it'd be 3, so it'd be 5. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Yes, we missed that. Let's go ahead and surge. Let's see if we get back on a 6 up. We do. And then on a 6 to hit. Alas. No, you didn't jinx anything. It's okay. It's, I find, I don't know why, but specifically for playing Kingdom of Death, my dice are always extremely swingy. This has been an extreme case of it, but still, don't worry about jinxing anything. It's all good. Okay, and then it would be spending a encourage to get the last person up, keeping the survival, which is nice. Yay, rawhide. Here we go. First strike also would happen too, so it would have scooted up. All right, so we have 3 dice hitting on 6s. All right, that's 1 hit. And we connect with Brilliant Sun Shark Belly. So critting on a 10, wounding on, I believe... Let's just double check here, make sure I've got it correct. So that would be... Oh, wounding on a 3, actually. Beautiful. So we do wound and no ill effects there. Unreal. So at this stage, we only need 2 more wounds. The trap is going to be coming up soon, though, too. How long did I have the game? I've had it for probably about like a year and a bit, maybe. Don't get to play a whole bunch, and been doing a bunch of house renovations this summer too, so haven't been able to play a lot lately, but I've done 1 full campaign, and then this is obviously Lantern Year 8 of the second one. So it's been a really fun, I think the term bandied about online is a lifestyle game, and it's been a really fun kind of hobby project with awesome gameplay included as well. So it's been a good one, that is for sure. Okay, so we're gonna search here for sure, and if we're really lucky, we'll take them out right now. So hitting on 6s. Okay, we get 2. I would prefer that rather than 3 in this case. And let's see what we get. We get Engulf in Light, which is light speed, so that's like super first strike basically. And then Brilliant Tentacle. So we need to do this first. Let's see if we can hit on a 3. We do, so we do a wound. Oh, actually, we do need an additional wound. There we go. Because I forgot, we do Tentacle Whip, which is in the discard. Oh man, it's a great one, man. Do you participate in the hobby of painting, building minis and such as well? Okay, rotate the sundial clockwise until the attacker is in the light. Until the attacker's in the light, well, I mean, they are in the light right now, but we can rotate it once and they'd still be in the light, so we'll do that. If that isn't possible, the monster angrily shrieks. Okay, don't need to worry about that. Discard this without attempting... Oh, discard this without attempting to wound. Never mind. We'll take that wound back. I should have read the rest of that. So, Engulfed in Light is done. Brilliant Tentacle. Well, we'll use our wound roll for this. -5... No, we won't. We'll roll. Okay, so... Super fail. Dang. This is the second time ordering the game, just the first company. Oh man, who did you order it through? A used outfit the first time? Attacker slapped by tentacle, suffer 3 damage to the head. The head's down to 0. 1, 2, 3. And then knockback 12. Okay. So for them, that's going to be, let's see, 1, 2, boom, and they'd be knocked down because of that. Oh, good stuff. Cool. Yeah, it's a big game. Big, beautiful box, and so much cool content in it. That is for sure. Did you get just the base game or add anything else to it too? Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So then it's also going to be 1 extra damage to them, which is going to be the body. That's not great. Let's see what it does. Wait a minute. That is not the right spot. There we go. Okay. Getting the game used. I actually got it used from... It was brand new, but used from a guy in a city nearby. Tentacle Whip. So for the survivor in darkness. I don't know if anyone is in the darkness. No one's in the darkness. So closest survivor. That's going to be our tank out front. That is good. 3 speed. Going to be hitting on 5s. Okay, so it's going to be 2 hits on Doodle. Let's see where those hits land. Head and legs. Let's see. Doodle, head, and legs. That's not too bad, but we might spend a survival here to get rid of one of those. Let's see, and how much damage is that going to be? It's going to be just 1 damage. Yeah, we'll take them both. So head and legs. There we go. Okay, at the end of its turn, the minions go. So let's see, we're going to have 1, 2 to there, and then 1, 2 to there. This one will be able to get in range then. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite able to get attacked. Yeah, it's been out of stock for a very long time. Awesome that they do have some copies though. It was really cool talking with Adam a little bit at Gen Con. Nothing like Brown Mithra doing the full interviews, but it's a lot of fun chatting with him, kind of getting a little lowdown about stuff behind the scenes. And kind of picking his brain on different expansions and development cycles and stuff. Okay, so as far as the attacks here, we get 4 on our tank. So this is going to be hitting on 7s. Just 1, and that is going to be monster level damage, so 1 damage to the body for Doodle. So that's down to 1. Does get another black blood though. That's up to 3. So hopefully we can end this soon. And then we have 4 attacks on our support person, which I don't love. So hitting also on 7s. Just 1. We'll take it. To the boots. Hopefully the boots aren't too bad for Dragon. Nice. Boots aren't too bad at all. There we go, but we do gain another bleeding token, which isn't great. That does bring it to our turn, though. So in a perfect world, this time I bought from someone who only had the base game. Oh, nice. Honestly, the base game's a great way to start. I did the base game and then a couple of expansions that I got cheap online / for Black Friday. But starting with the base game is super sound. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. I will say, the Kingsman, I despise the Kingsman so much. Adam was awesome in person. He's super chill, really lovely to talk to. Yeah, it was really fun to chat with him. And I think he spends like a lot of time in the booth specifically for that reason, for folks to hang out and chat, and just kind of like a indication of the kind of person that he is in the company he runs. I think it was a few years ago, there was a couple that came in cosplay of Kingdom Death characters, and actually did a proposal doing some custom made adventure cards, hunt event cards or something. I can't remember the specifics, but so they got married, and so Adam actually remade the mini that the lady cosplayed as in like a bride form, with some like beta cards to do with like devotion and marriage and stuff. So like that's the kind of person he is. Just like really, really cool. Okay, anyways, random little tangent there. Where was I? Okay, so Dragon took that, got the bleed. Okay, so that's done, and it's our turn. So hit location deck is pretty sparse. The trap is somewhere in here. In a perfect world, what I'll be able to do is crit with my scythe person and then be able to reshuffle the hit location deck. That would be fantastic. So let's see if we can do it. I never met him, but hate him for running the game. Or the company badly. I mean, he's ran it like an artist, and how long everything's taken is pretty wild for sure. But I feel like it is a victory lap now, though. Like lots and lots of stuff's coming out and coming out faster and faster. I think the fact that he was able to survive through COVID with so much ongoing stuff where a lot of companies didn't is a big plus in Kingdom Death's favor, though, and for Mr. Poots, though, for sure. That's also coming from someone who wasn't part of the Kickstarter and didn't have to wait for everything, I'm sure, and I know there's a lot of big feelings there. But yeah, interesting fellow, and has a very interesting business practice, and basically runs it like his baby rather than like a professional business. That's my take on it, at least. Okay, so 1 dice hitting on 6. 8. Fantastic. Let's see what we connect with. Light bending. Okay, so we do get to attack this one, and I wish we could crit, but we can't on this. That's really unfortunate. But we do wound on, I think, a 3 or a 4. Let me double check what we get here, just to be absolutely sure. So 5, 6, bugger. That would have been a 4. So we don't wound it, and he scoots 1 away, which is kind of rough. So he's going to scooch. That's going to move back. That's going to move. You get knocked down. You get moved back. Oh, there we go. Ouch. That is a shame. That's a shame for sure. Okay, so that would have been actually like that. And actually then that would have been okay. I messed that up. There we go. Okay. Hey, it's that's my perspective. That is not to invalidate people that are upset with him for taking so long, because it is, I think it's hands down the longest standing campaign I've ever seen, but it is fulfilling, and it is fulfilling at like a pretty steady rate for the last year or so now. So it does feel like they're in a pretty good groove. I wouldn't be surprised if things do take a lot longer than he expects with the rest of the stuff. Like, I would expect things to at least to slip into 2028 rather than 2027 like he's hoping for, but things are moving, which is really cool. Okay, so I am going to do something kind of silly. I'm going to dash and I'm going to surge. Well, I'm going to dash then surge, and let's see about keeping those no double ones. So that is 2 more survival gone. Going up to there. And then 1 dice hitting on a 6 up. No, so that was a useless expenditure, but that's okay. Next up, let's go with our tanky boy in the front here. He's going to get 2 attacks, hitting on 5s. Oh, god damn it. Okay, he has a survival to spend, so let's do it. Surge, 2 attacks. Okay, that'll be 1 hit, and 1 hit is all we need. So that would be freaking fantastic. If we can just nail it down and don't get the trap, that's gonna be the most important thing. Okay, not the trap. Cosmic Tentacle. Okay, so I'm just gonna double check this. We just need a 4-up to win. No. Oh, we do not. Ouch. Okay. Well, we still have some hope. They are going to spend their last survival. No, I don't want to spend their last. Let's have our support person spend a survival to get dog pole 6 up right there. Let's go with dog pole 6 to start. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. 3 dice. Oh, do I want to go? I guess either way it'd be 3 dice. Yeah, it does look like a small team. Okay, so hitting on 6s. That's a perfect hit. Maybe this is all we need if we don't get a drop. Okay. Fertility Clasper. You strike a strangely shaped appendage. All right, so in this case, we wound on a 3, crit on a 10. Oh, dear God. Okay, so we win. Oh my goodness, oh crap, do we actually? No, we don't. I had some cards out of the pile that needed to go back in. So we do not win yet, but we're closer. We need 2 wounds. I gotta say, it's a pleasure hanging out and chatting, and I'm sorry that this is the first stream that you've come to, because this has probably been my sloppiest playthrough in a hot minute. But I'm glad you're hanging out and having fun now. Okay, so this does mean the trap's coming up super soon, though, and I don't think there's anything that we can really do about it. This person can surge, though, so why not? Let's do it, and maybe we'll get really lucky. Going down to 3. Actually, not going down to 3, because I do have Rawhide. Yeah, staying at 4. All right, 3 dice hitting on 6s. Yeah, sorry. The exact opposite of what I thought. I was like, oh, that feels too easy. I'm missing something, and I definitely was. Okay, so we get 1 more hit. 2 1s is pretty rough. Okay, rotate the sundial if that isn't possible. Okay, so we are able to hit this at least. So let's see, on a 3. 3 up is exactly what we need. Now, okay, so now we just need one more wound, and we do have 1 more person to go this turn, but I think we're, like, it's going to be impossible not to draw the trap, basically. Oh, and then also, I'm forgetting this would have been damage to the last 2 people, too. Okay, so let's just go back and do that quick. So Bluey, 1 damage to the waist, going down to 3. And then Doodle, oh, actually has to roll a happy wound roll because of that. Also on the waist. 8. Okay, 8 is not too bad. Let's just double check and see what that is. Gain a bleeding token. So up to 4 black blood. No bueno there. And then for the Words are hard. For dog pole, also the waist. Going down a little bit there. Okay. And then the last person to go, who fingers crossed can bring it home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they dash, they can get there. How many survival do they have? Only 1. Then we have 3 dice hitting on 7s, or do we want to surge again? All right, Anas, I'm going to call you in here. What makes more sense? Should we surge, getting the blind spot, and having 3 dice hitting on, or sorry, dash, getting the blind spot, having 3 dice hitting on 7s? Or should we stay where we are and be able to surge, potentially having 6 attacks hitting on 8s? What do you think? We just need the 1 wound, so I'm kind of thinking we just stay put. And yeah, I'm kind of thinking we stay put because we don't need, we almost don't want more than 1 or more than 2. But open to your input for sure. We'll give you another sec here if you're still hanging. Okay, so I haven't actually had Solar Flare, which is so wild. Okay, I'm just gonna stay where I am here. Alrighty, so 3 dice hitting on 8s. Perfect, sounds good. Okay, we get 2 9s. There is only 2 cards left in this deck, and so 1 has to be the trap. That's unfortunate. Yeah, there we go with the trap. Regardless, that was the right play though, for sure. Okay, so all survivors. Oh no, this might be a bad one actually. Are doomed. A tentacle grabs the attacker, place them in a free space in front of the monster. Free space in front of the monster. There we go. Power vomit. So power vomit's gonna get 3 out of my 4 people. Ouch. Okay, archive distractible terrain. We don't need to worry about that. Monster level plus 2 damage to, it's just going to be 1 hit location, so there's that playing in our favor this time at least. Okay. Bummer. Monster level damage to, so 3 damage to 1 hit location piece. So let's start off with dog pole. Gets 3 damage to the body. That's just going to be an immediate body severe injury roll. Getting a 3. Oh god, that might be death. Let's see. Gain 2 bleeding tokens. Okay, not doodle. Dog pole. Black blood. Oh my goodness. 2. There we go. That could have been way worse. All right, next up we have 3 damage on Doodle to the body. Okay, he is knocked down. There we go. Okay. And then 3 damage for Dragon to the head. I think that might actually be the best spot for it, funny enough. Yep, 1, 2, and 3. And then gaining the black blood also. Okay, well, I mean, as far as traps go, that could have been worse, but also could have been way better. So clockwise, there we go. Shatters are up in the top. That did end the turn, however. So I think what we'll do is we have that surge. We have that surge. So let's get this all shuffled up and use the surge. Extra glad that we didn't dash. Okay, so surge we go, using our very last survival. 3 attacks hitting on 8s. Oh, not a single one. Bummer. Okay, then they're going to take 1 damage to the boots. There we go. And then that is the monster's turn. All it has is its basic action, so let's do that. Furthest target, furthest threat in darkness. Darkness is on the other side, so no one is in darkness. Closest survivor. Well, I mean, that could be 1 for the 3 of them. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. So that is Dogpole is getting the basic action. Which is going to be 3 speed, actually 4 speed. I forgot about the extra speed that it got. Hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits on Dogpole. Connecting with the waist and the body. All right, and we do have a bunch of survival here, and so we're going to get rid of that one there, and let's see if we keep that survival. We do not, just going down to 3. And then the waist goes down to 0 armor and a light injury. That's not too bad though. And then knockback 12. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. All right, back to our turn. I would really like to get an attack with the scythe, so let's do that. Hitting on a 6. Beautiful. We do, and we connect with First Strike Impervious, so we can't actually even win this. Great. You attack an image projected onto a sheet of water. Archive any soluble gear. Don't need to worry about that. If you're in the light, we are in the light. Directly away. Oh my goodness. Directly away from the attacker. Cancel all hits now out of range. Well, we'll roll first here just to see what we get. So it would be on a 6 up. Nope. And we wouldn't be able to do anything there anyways. So the bummer is it's going to get these guys too. So I think they would end up going this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this gets scooted forward. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, and that's going to be... Wow, so level of sun plus monster level plus 1 damage, so pretty rough. Okay, and that just happens, let's see where it happens, to the waist on Bluey. So 2 damage to the waist. Here we go. I mean, balls to it. Let's see how much survival we have here with Blue. We got 2. Let's see if we can get them back. No, we've spent all the survival to dash and surge. We're going here. And we are going to hopefully get that 6 raptor. Nice. So we get a 9. First strike. So we can't crit, but we can still wound. Looking for a... Just gonna double check here actually. So we have 5, so 6, so 4 up. Oh baby. We did it. That was, I think the fight itself isn't actually insanely difficult. I think the first turn before I did that little re-rack would have been absolutely monstrous, and I'm glad that I did that re-rack. I just had some really bad luck, and there are some really interesting mechanics. It was a really strange fight though, and I wouldn't be surprised if I misplayed some things. For example, he basically just hung out in the corner the whole time, so you could hardly see anything of the miniature or the board, but there he is. There's a big derpy sun shark. Yeah, really interesting. I don't know if it was my favorite fight or not, but obviously that was from the first time, and also I think slightly under-geared for it. So I'm glad I was able to pull it out, and I'm glad I decided to switch gears and just focus on him instead of the little guys. Depending on the cards I'd drawn, I could definitely see the minions getting out of hands, but their low amount of move isn't too bad. The bleed they stack, if anyone's got black blood, could get really rough though. But even just having 1 evasion makes them not too hard to avoid. So yeah, very interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that fight again, but with some different gear, I think. I would love to have someone with an actual ranged attack, like a bow or something. So we'll see about that. And definitely no level 2 of this guy anytime soon. That is for dang sure. I think the next fight, I'm probably going to do an antelope level 2. And then I might come back to this guy or do a frog dog level 2. We shall see. But that's not quite the end of things for tonight. We've defeated this guy for the first time. So let's see what it is we get. Sky fishing, not doing that yet. Let's conquer your shadow, not doing that. Here we are. So Aftermath. Actually, one thing I need to do. This app is also really handy for tracking proficiency, which is great. So Bluey. Dogpole, I don't think you have any proficiency. Nope, not yet. Doodle. Club, yes. Dragon, I believe you got yours too. Yep. Good stuff. There we go. And complete showdown. Okay, so returning survivor, good stuff. Dogpole 6 achieved age 1, so we'll be doing age. That's fun stuff. Been watching you for an hour. Hey, heck yeah! Well, I'm glad that we were able to actually take that fight down in an hour because that first 2.5 turns were so rough. Yeah, so glad that's turned around. And glad an hour flew by for you. That's great to hear. Okay, so we win. Good stuff. The first time the Sunstalker is defeated, gain the Sky Reef Sanctuary settlement card. Each survivor who has defeated one or more shades gains 1 courage. Okay, so Bluey did not. Dogpole 6, I believe, did. So we'll add a courage there. Ooh, awake. So we'll do that. And this is in the Aftermath, which we'll say is in the settlement phase. So we'll roll a d10. Oh, getting a Lantern 10. Wonderful. Gain +1 permanent accuracy and the Unbreakable Fighting Art. Are you going to do the second phase or are you going to close? I'll do most of the settlement phase. I'm probably not going to do any crafting tonight, though. I like to kind of take some time and look it over. But I'll do some like the settlement management and draw the resources and such. Okay, so +1 permanent accuracy. That is pretty awesome. Really awesome, in fact. And then Unbreakable. What art thou unbreakable? Once per lantern year, you may ignore one of your severe injury roll results. If you do, gain a random disorder. Ooh, that is pretty sweet. Very tanky. Me likey. All right, well, that is awesome. So we've got Dogpole 6 with the courage. And then who else? I do believe Doodle did also. So we'll add a courage here too. Boom, boom. And then we also had Dragon. Come on up. There we go. Dragon. Okay, all right. So we get 4 basic and 4 Sunstalker plus 1 Sunstone strange resource. Just gonna grab the Sunstone first because I've never seen it. What does Unbreakable mean? Or the fighting art, or the story thing that I was reading? Let's see. Gmarsack, tasks, tonsils, cocoon. Oh, these fell out at some point, so they're a little out of order. Pituitary gland, interesting. $3,000-year-old sunspot is not the one that we're after. Jowls, hagfish, bugfish. Sunstones, here we go. So what are sunstones? Unbreakable, yeah, so it's a fighting art. And fighting arts, if you're not familiar, are basically, it's, by the way, so that's another thing I forgot during this play, was basically all of my character's abilities. Fighting arts are basically some different special abilities that your survivors will get. So for example, Dragon here has 3 of them. And a lot of them you get randomly, some of them you get through different events and such. And so, like Tough, for example, lets you, when you're rolling on an injury table, you can add +1 to the results if you roll a 1. And then the Unbreakable one specifically, let's go back to Dogpole. Basically means, so like how I was rolling injury table things to because I was out of armor and injuries and such. Basically, sorry, I get tired and I'm doing a terrible job of explaining things. It basically means I could potentially ignore something really, really bad and gain a disorder instead. So disorders are semi-permanent, but you can also get rid of them. Whereas some of the really bad injuries that you can get will straight up kill your survivor or like actually maim them. So it's kind of like a nice, not like a reroll, but like similar, where you can kind of escape a bad fate. Sunstones, small and warm. So don't know at all what these do, but always fun to see the art. So put that up the side here. We have, let's get the basic resources too. Where art thou? Let's give this a really quick shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get a skull, monster organ, and a triple question mark, which we'll probably use for hide. And instead of taking 4 of these are the monster-specific resources, we're actually going to take 5, because we do have a scavenger kit. Oh, happy to, mate. Sorry, it was kind of a garbled explanation of it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get from the Sunshark fellow here. Huge sun teeth. These tough but light teeth are made of hundreds of thin layers of bone, separated by rows of dicot stems. Okay. Cycloid scales, extremely reflective and colorful. Fun stuff. Sunshark bone. The center is filled with water. Interesting. Shadow tentacles. When you gain this during the hunt or showdown, return it to the resource deck. If any survivors are blind. Okay, so no one is blind. We don't need to worry about that. Interesting. Cool. All right, so we got those goodies. That's fun. Let's just put those into our storage really quick here. And this is Sunstalker. Put these out, just the different ones. There we go. So we got a cycloid scales, huge sun teeth, 2 shadow tentacles, and a sun shark bone. There we go. What, you play with a group? So usually I play with my brother-in-law and a really good friend, and we are playing through Aeon Trespass Odyssey. We do that bi-weekly, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to do some other gaming as well, and so I figured I would pick up a game that I thought would be a little bit more niche rather than what they were interested in, and play it by myself, and do a little solo stream with it, which has been it's been a lot of fun. Way back in the day, I had aspirations of doing like a stream board game play with my wife before I realized streaming in front of strangers is not her cup of tea at all. So that's part of the reason there too. Okay, and then we'll add on the basic ones here also. Let's get one of those. 2 organs. And a skull. There we go. Okay, put that up there. And is there anything else? Nope, that is that. So we are back. Anything on the timeline? No. So there we go. We are going to do age really quick. Let's do that. Age. All right, so this is for Dogpole 7. Weapon proficiency. What weapon proficiency do we want you to be? That is a good question. What we'll do is roll the dice first. All right, so we get a 12. So a random fighting art for Dogpole. So we'll roll another random one here. Random fighting art. Acrobatics. When you are adjacent to the monster, you may spend your move to place your survivor on any space adjacent to the monster. That is pretty interesting. That is really interesting. Okay, cool. I am not sure what weapon we want to do with them yet. Some tooth. Yeah, I think I'm going to figure that out later. We'll see. We'll do that later on. That is good, though. That is good. Okay, I just need to grab some other stuff, so we'll put that up there. We'll put this a little more face down. We do need to do, first things first, a settlement event. So I'll grab this. Startling barks. Oh, fun. This is a Frog Dog specific one. The art there looks very dark, but also very cool, too. Abrupt barking croaks startle the survivors mercilessly. Canny survivors make the most of the incessant shocks to their system. Nominate a random returning survivor with at least 1 hunt XP to feel jumpy. If none are eligible, choose feel jumpy. Okay, well, I think let's do Dogpole 6. We'll see if we can get more stuff going on for a Dogpole here. So, feeling jumpy, Dogpole 6 shall roll a die. Getting an 8, so 7+. You attempt to reproduce the distinct barks and croaks in the din by swallowing pebbles. Your gravelly bark is answered with an eerie howl. The settlement witnesses an omen. You gain 5 insanity and the Gravel Guts ability. Gravel Guts, add 1 to body severe injury roll results. You do not fear a mighty bark. Ignore monster intimidate actions. Oh my goodness. I kind of feel like this guy's just turned into a tanky character just kind of naturally, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so that is cool. So 5 insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 8. And the ability Gravel Guts. There we are. For the group play, oh, that sounds awesome. I think especially for this game too, because there's so much like emergent storytelling as it goes, that playing in the group will be a really good time. I have been doing, once again, it's been on hold just because we haven't been able to get together and play. The Black Knight 5-year campaign with them is like a little palate cleanse before we dive deeper into Aeon Trespass, and they were really enjoying this game, so we'll see if we get to play together in the future. Okay, so throne, that we don't have. We are going to get the Sky Reef Sanctuary though, so that's a new thing. So this is our new location that we can craft at, which is pretty cool. I don't think we'll actually be able to really make anything. Oh, we could actually make the Sunspot Dart, which I might. We'll do that probably off camera though, and actually look through everything that we can make. First things first, definitely want to endeavor. Organ Grinder, I think that's fine. Frostcrafter, not going to make anything there. Stone Circle, probably nothing there either. Leatherworker we'll think about, but I don't think we'll really be able to do much. Weapon Crafter is interesting too. Oh, a Zanbato. I haven't actually done any... Ooh, that's interesting. I might make a Zanbato too. We shall see. But anyways, for now, let's just do what we were planning on doing, which is innovating. So to innovate, we're going to spend an endeavor. So we'll go down to 3. And you know what? I'm going to give myself 1 extra endeavor gone just for that little re-rack thing. And let's see. What things do we want to get rid of? So basic. Let's get rid of an organ. A skull for the bone, and then we'll get rid of the question mark for the hide. And let's see what we get here. I'm just going to draw it here. So innovation deck, draw 2 innovations. Bloodletting or partnership? Bloodletting. Breathing a vein, spend a resource, gain understanding, lose survival, gain 3 insanity. Remove a disorder of your choice, or warped pelvis or intestinal prolapse. Okay. Partnership. I don't think partnership is really that good. Actually, I do want to check it out in the actual other deck because... Okay, so it's not going to be that deck, actually. It should be here. Is there anything after partnership is kind of what I'm thinking about. Home, hobble consequence. Let's do partnership. Welcome back. Actually, just want to check bloodletting really quick first too. Science, money consequence. Let's do partnership. Actually, no, let's do bloodletting. There we go. Okay, so that is done. Bloodletting, and we can see the art on the stuff that we get here. So breathing vein. Is this amazing? No, but not bad. So not my first choice for in and ever this time, but that is okay. There we go. Then I think we're just going to try to work on making some more bebes here. Unless there's any disorders that we want to get rid of. Let's take a look at that really quick first. Bluey, do you have any disorders? No, you don't, so that's nice. Dog Pulse 6, I don't think you have any. Nope, just that cool nobility. Doodles, nope. Then Dragon, what you got here? You've got a Proctophilia, which isn't too bad, honestly. I'm happy keeping that one for now. DP7, nope. Okay, so we're good. We're gonna try to make some bebes in that case. And where do we need to do that at? Leather worker. We could try to do hides into leather also, but I don't think we really have any leather that we'd want to turn because we've got guess who's bladder. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to make any leather this time, but that's okay. So trepanning, not worried about you this time. Augury. So we're just going to do 2 auguries. So we'll roll a d10. How many people do I have? Not much. I think we have 9 survivors. Okay, getting a 4, so we gain 1 survival. That's kind of useless. And then the next one, getting a 3. Lose a resource. I despise that. But gaining a understanding isn't the worst thing to happen, so we'll be okay with it. We'll get rid of a monster organ there. And then gaining a understanding. Who should we put that understanding on? Is anyone close to awake is the question. Doodle, nope. Looks like my folks here are very low on the understanding front. So I think I'm just going to put it on Bluey. Actually, I'm under courage, understanding 0. I can see it here. Okay, so dog meat, but he's retired. Old Yeller. I'll put it on Old Yeller. That sounds good. There we go. Okay, cool. I think on that note, I am going to head on out here. And in about 2 weeks' time, I'll come back and showcase whatever I've built. But yeah, thank y'all for joining. Anas, pleasure to meet you. Hope you had a lovely time hanging out with you. And yeah, thanks for joining on what was probably my roughest go in a while, like both playing luck and then also just remembering all of the abilities that I have and did not remember. But thanks for tuning in. Would love to catch you next time and hope the game arrives for you soon so you can dig into it soon as well. Take care, everybody, and have a lovely rest of the night or day for whatever time it is that you're watching this. Bye!